Hello everybody, thank you guys for joining me for another video. This is Living History Militaria, and I got another additions video for you here. As you can see, we got a lot to go over. Been very busy. Things have found me in the past couple of weeks, as they always seem to. So let's see what we got. I'm going to start with some small stuff. I got two vintage brass shotgun shells, 12 gauge. One from Winchester here on the left, and one from Fiacchi in the right side here. Both 12 gauge. One still has the wad there in the bottom of it. Pretty cool. Not sure if they're World War II, but they could be World War II era. Pretty cool to have brass shotgun shells. And I got another 50 cal for the ordnance collection. This one is a St. Louis 1943. Primer is still on. I don't know if you can hear it. Still got the powder in there. So, really cool. Underneath that, I got some patches here. Got a whole bunch of these off of eBay, and a couple of them I got from a bidding group. Two that I got from the bidding group are these two right here. I think I got these for $8 a piece, actually, which is, if you know what these two patches are, a awesome deal. This one right here is the 141st Infantry Division. This one in particular was a Ghost Division or Phantom Division, one that only existed on paper. So I do already have this one, but cool to have a duplicate for $8. And right here, another desirable one, a first pattern Amphibious Landing Forces patch with the alligator and a whole bunch of tanks rolling out of its mouth. It's really cool. So I got those two, and I got a lot of Marine patches this time, actually. This is another Ghost Army or Phantom Army. This was, I think, 30-something Corps, 33rd Corps, something weird. I can't remember off the top of my head. But this is a Ghost Division one that I don't have. Right here, I think this is 89th Field Artillery Battalion or 98th. It's one of the two, something like that. I could be wrong. The name escapes me. It was a Field Artillery Battalion that was carried along by mules, which is really cool. So this one is on felt. There's a cheesecloth backing there. Really cool. This one right here, I believe, is the 474th Infantry Regiment. Got a first pattern Guadalcanal, 2nd Marine Division. After that, I believe then they switched over to that variant right there. But that was the first. And then they did the snake, kind of in the shape of a 2, for the 2nd Division. I forget what this one is. General Quarters. Could be something or other. I can't exactly remember. I have a couple of other ones up here. Smaller one, too. These were just a couple of ones that I don't have. And this one was Balloon. This one looks like it was taken off a uniform. Still has green thread there on the outside. And we got a Fleet Marine Force Pacific Amphibious Corps, I believe is what that is. Dog handler patch, which is really cool. I've got up here 5 of them so far. So another one to add to that. And 2 more items to add to the Normandy/D-Day collection. Love getting these in. Have the 2 certificates of authenticity right over there underneath the styrofoam head. This one right here is a small piece of the inside of the M26 life belt. 1926 life belt. This would be your inflator tube, little regulator. This was the inside piece. So it is not flexible at all anymore. So I'm not even going to try bending it, but this was dug up on Omaha Beach, which is really cool. Still has a whole ton of crud on it. So, original stuff. And this one is pretty crumbly, so I'm going to keep this in the sleeve because I don't want to handle this because a chunk of it already kind of came off because it's really rusty, and it's also, I believe, partially leather. This is a seat belt buckle for a Waco glider. Really cool. This was found at St. Miraglice, which is where my other aircraft part is from. So this little section right up in here was the one that flaked off, and it's sitting right there. So if it does flake off, at least it's still in the bag. And then here's the back side of it. So pretty cool stuff. Love getting these items in. All right, got a canteen here, one that I don't have. This one is a 1945 S&M Co. canteen with a 1942 Jeff QMD canteen cover. You can tell these ones are kind of bent together because you got two indents right here, which fit perfectly with these two. So maybe it was sitting in storage or something happened to it that has the indents. A lot of my canteens have these indents. So has looks like some damage on the back, or it was a homemade belt loop or something. Maybe the original was gone and they cut that. You can see the maker's stamp right here. And this one is kind of sits weird. Sits bloop, pretty hidden. So pretty cool. Shout out to Military Through the Years on Instagram for that. Right here I got for $40. It's pretty beat. The inside, the liner itself, the paint is chipping like crazy. But this is a Vietnam era. Yeah, you can see it's already leaving some flakes behind. So right here is a Vietnam era M1. This is a rear seam. This is an Ingersoll helmet. And I guess a good way to tell if you have an Ingersoll helmet is you check your chin strap here, and it's got this little anchor right here on the end of the buckle. And I guess that's one of the surefire ways to tell that you have a nice Ingersoll, or so the internet told me. Let's see, which one was the... No, it was dated. I thought it was dated at least. There's the heat stamp. I, which also stands for Ingersoll, 6641. So, not too bad. Drove about 40 minutes. Spent $40 for a full helmet. It's a little crumbly, but that's okay. All right, up next, my buddy actually gave this to me. I was helping him clean his apartment, and I had shown him the museum, and he decided to donate a few items that his dad had given to him that he does not have a use for, and said it would be better off somewhere where it would be appreciated, and it certainly is. This is something that I don't have and is a amazing addition. Here is a US M4 bayonet for the M1 carbine, and this one is made by Utica Cutlery. See right there on the crossguard. Blade is actually still decently sharp, and I think there's a slight curve at the very end of the blade, as you can see, but besides that, this is just a tiny bit wiggly. You can wiggle it a little bit side to side, but the leather is still in awesome shape. Decent shape, I guess. Also the bayonet lock right here also still functions. And it came with its original US M8 scabbard made by BM Co. So thank you very much to my buddy Chad for hooking me up with this, and I guess he says he has another one lurking around somewhere. So definitely appreciate the donations. And this, guys, tell your friends about your hobbies, because not only do you have people looking out for you, but you'll have people that come across stuff. You can help identify it and whatnot. And also, I had a friend who knows I collect military stuff. He collects vintage clothing. So the gray area where those two kind of meet, he said he always finds a whole bunch of old Navy stuff. So I'm going to call this little part, tell your friends about your hobbies, because it could benefit you. He found, I bought these 4 things from him right here. These 2 hats, face mask, and this piece of trench art right here, which is wicked cool. Right here, this is a pewter cup, I believe. On the bottom right here, it's dated July 4th, 1945. PG, and then trying to read what this says. More, it looks like it says M-O-R-A-S, Moras, R-I-N-E, or R-I-N-O, Reno, Moras, Reno, Italiano is on the bottom. And right here it says, you got base, Equippy, 301, and La Signa, 1945. And it's got this really cool plane etched in there. Has a really nice design up here on the top that goes around. Pretty intricate. Somebody carved this all by hand. And same down here on the bottom. But really cool piece. The airbase, La Signa Air Base, was actually in Algeria, if I remember correctly, which was part of the North African campaign. So really interesting, though. I don't know how the Italiano plays into it. Maybe it was bought off base. Who knows? If anybody has an idea, let me know. Same with 301. That might be a squadron number. I'm not sure. Right here, we got one of 2 U.S. Navy foul weather hats. This one right here still has the print, USN, and it also has LT for lieutenant stamped on the back. Brim is kind of flipped upwards, but it's got some graffiti on there. It says up. It's got a couple lightning bolts and an anchor, which is pretty cool. My buddy actually said that he wore this because he's a mailman, and said it kept him warm in the wintertime. So functionable and collectible. Right here, got a Jason Voorhees mask. At least that's what it looks like, or something from Silence of the Lambs. This is actually a World War II era. It's a dark blue wool, and it is the itchiest fabric I think I've ever felt in my life. This is a extreme cold weather mask. But you have your adjustment here on the back, single band, and 3 buttons, or 2 buttons in the back, sorry, that go around your neck. And then you have this flange that would cover your chest and your neck. Also, you have this adjustment right here for your mouth. Got your button. and then your nose covering. So, really cool. Could be really useful if it wasn't so damn itchy. I guess if you're freezing, it really wouldn't matter, but still. And right here, this one's pretty heavy, actually. So I'm not sure exactly what material this is made out of. It feels like rubbery, but it's not. It almost looks like denim, but it's not. This is also a U.S. Navy flight deck foul weather cap. And this is made, I don't think this one was actually dated. You can see the inside though. It's got wool on the inside. Real heavy duty stuff. Really cool. So, as I said, tell your friends about your hobbies. Spread the word. Make connections with people. You'll never know what you're going to find. And the last item I have here for you guys. This one is really cool. Take you right over the top of it. To the other side, this is a M40 Stahlhelm. And this was dug up in the Demyansk pocket in Russia. Let's see, this was, the info card actually came with it right here. World War II M40 found at the Demyansk pocket in 2005. Helmet is batch Q123, has the initials AT and the name R-Man. Helmet was issued to the 16th German Army and was made by Quist. So, there you have it. I do not have a certificate of authenticity. However, the guy I bought it from bought it directly from the dealer, and I know the guy. So, his word is pretty reputable, I'd say. And I don't know, it's a pretty convincing story, though, because if you look, the 16th Army did go through the Demyansk pocket. Forget what year exactly. But right here you got a decal, here decal on the side, and this massive impact from something from the top, clearly. But I'm not sure exactly what, because it doesn't look like it was run over by something. Otherwise, this would all be squished and flattened out. The rest of the helmet is in perfect, well, not perfect, but undamaged, we'll call it, shape. And you have something hitting at a very high speed, because if we flip it over, you can see these two pieces of metal are kind of locked together now. There's no pushing them back out because they're just constantly pushing against each other now. It's just friction. So something hit the top of this. Unsure of what, but either way, it makes a great display piece. Still has the liner band. Obviously, the liner has been damaged too. But right here, and right next to it, you'll really have to squint to see it. You can see M-A-N-N. Well, I hope you can see it. There's an R right before it. I had to get out my little jeweler's loop with a light to actually see it, because I couldn't find it for the longest time. I could clearly see AT was painted in here, and I could see the 1, 2, 3 right here next to it. But I couldn't find R-Man. I'm looking everywhere for it. Once I got out my jeweler's loop with the light, I was able to find it, and it's very, very lightly stamped in there. But it's R, then there's M-A-N-N. So 2 different names. Pretty interesting. I'd like to be able to do research on it, but I don't even know where to begin with this one. But either way, it makes for an awesome display piece and an addition to the collection. But that is all I have for you guys, and I want to thank you guys again for supporting the channel. And I will be doing more additions videos coming up. I just hit a garage sale, who the owner was a Vietnam veteran, and I will be getting more into that. because I will be going back to the house to collect more stuff from him, hopefully here in the future. So stay tuned for that, and we will see you guys in the next video.